Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lore Week. D&D.
Great start.
Look, that's all I've really been streaming for like 2 months at this point. I'm not fixing anyone's names because nobody cares. Yeah, so let's see. We've got Bragwin Shadow Machine. Third is Guido. Shadow Machine is Dearth Tyrant, and Dearth Tyrant is Sis. So nobody's correct, except me. I'm correct. When last we left the party, you had just finished a riveting game in which you had just for some reason Third had decided just to he became a dragon. He just pieced out. I'm actually gonna ding him points on that. He should have killed the rest of the party because you were evil and you deserved it.
I begged for him to take him with me. Be with him.
Well, no, he takes Tyrant. He took Tyrant and he killed the rest. And so they all died, and the GM was like, good job. Let's put together something else today. So everyone's picked their characters.
And then my character just wandered off to blow up more outhouses.
No, that's why the dragon kills you, is because you're a danger. You're a threat to the universe. So each of you has picked your characters. We have Mevis the Magnificent, which is being played by Third. We have Toadwort, which is being played by Shadow Machine. We have, scrolling up a little bit here, where's the artificer? I'm missing him. There he is. Mogmerch, which is being played by Dearth Tyrant. And, of course, Retta Big Bad, which is being played by Bragwin. These loverly goblins are part of the Licktoad clan, or tribe, or whatever. It's a tribe, excuse me, it's not a clan. They're part of the Brine Stump Marsh. Now, the way this is going out is you, the goblins of the Licktoad tribe, who live in the Brine Stump Marsh. I feel like I just said that. South of the hated man-town of Sandpoint. Ugh. Once other goblins tried to burn Sandpoint down, they would have been legends if they succeeded, but they didn't bring enough fire, so they died. Anyways, yesterday you discovered one of your own has been doing forbidden arts. And they engaged in the greatest taboo that exists to Gnomish culture. Gnomish. To Goblish culture.
Making balloon animals.
No, it's much worse than that. It's writing things down. Rumor holds that he was writing a history of your tribe. Now, every goblin knows. No. Every goblin knows that there's nothing that brings bad luck more than stealing the words of your mind and writing them down. So the tribe had no choice. And they had to kill him. They scribbled on his face, called him Scribble Face, because even his name is forbidden now, and sent him out of town and took his stuff and burned down his hut. Now, what's interesting is as they were burning down the place, they found a weird box in the building, and inside were two things, a map and a lot of fireworks. Now, the fireworks were immediately useful because they caught on fire, but then in the morning, well, there's something else going on. So Gutwad, he's your local chieftain, Chief Gutwad. He announced there's going to be a feast to drive out the bad luck that Scribbleface had caused by his poor decisions. No jokes, Bragwin. I can hear that thought at the back of your mind. But perhaps, now check this out, even more exciting. This is great, check this out. The four of you have been personally invited to speak to the chief. He has an important mission for you, maybe. It might be your chance to go down in history. This might be fantastic. Now, so let's see. Read this. Don't read this part aloud. The PCs are all about to die to the trap of the chieftain. Okay.
Sweet.
Read it quietly then.
What I'm actually supposed to do, for real though, just making sure I'm at the right spot, is I'm supposed to allow you to introduce yourselves to each other. Because I don't know your personalities, and neither do you.
No.
Hi, Ross. Hi, Cord.
Who would you like to go first?
Bragwin, go first. Hello, Elizar.
Here's my frog. Here's my frog. Don't eat him. I want to make him scream later.
What's his name? What's his name? His name's Spatol.
Spittle.
It's right there on your character sheet.
Shit.
It is. It's right there. I was just. I actually have everyone's character sheets so I can reference this Nitrihexia.
I want to make him scream later. It's fun.
Now, are you going to describe what you look like?
My sister.
Bragwin?
So I'm. Apparently, my favorite color is white. Cause either that or gray. I don't know. There's too much dirt.
Gray.
It's dirty. It gets dirty. But I got. It's all fancy and shit.
She is wearing a bridal veil.
Yeah.
A corset. She has a silver mirror and a jar of human perfume.
And my bow dog slicer.
Uh-huh.
Guess how it got its name? Because I can cook. No.
No, that's it. That's it. That's canon right there. All right, so is Shadow... Hey, Village Idiot. Is Shadow Machine still eating? Can't tell. Ah, I've lost Shadow Machine. There he is. Shadow Machine, tell us about your character.
I am Toadwort. I am a very powerful dragon.
Ooh. I thought you were a goblin.
I can turn into a dragon.
Ooh. Let's well have 2 of those in a row now.
Tell him he's a goblin. It's a real sore spot.
You also have a lucky pet. Does everyone have a pet toad?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think they all have a pet toad.
We're Hogwarts.
Let's get some sleep, Elizar.
Yes,
By the
my
way-
pet toad is Drubbus the Fifth.
That-
Don't ask about 1 through 4.
You ate him, didn't you?
You're not supposed to eat your frogs.
You're
No,
supposed to make
no.
him scream, not eat him.
Well, they did. They caught on fire.
Oh, well, that's. It's hard to argue with that.
Real quick, Nemesis, thank you for the sub. I did get it. I did put it towards Halo Wars too. Much appreciate. Now, over there we got Melvis, the Magnificent.
Melvis. Oh, yes. Melvis? What? Who? That's Mevis.
Oh, that's... I apparently can't see tonight. That
Apparently.
still looks like an L. There we go.
So, Mevis is currently in the water. More precisely in a stream, just poking her head above the water. There seems to be a toad peeking out of a very muddy hat, which seems to have been made out of a loincloth. For some reason, she seems to be armored to the teeth with like a whip, daggers, javelins, a shield, armor on. And she's currently screaming at the top of her lungs a song. It says, Mavis dance and Mavis sing, Mavis slash and whip cut stings, Mavis shriek and laugh with glee, kill you dead, then Mavis feed. Just over and over and over again, as loud as she can.
Everyone nearby has a +1 circumstance bonus to everything.
Hey,
You forgot your lucky pet frog.
Oh no, it's poking out of the hat.
Ah, okay.
Because it has to breathe, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen Mevis around probably, always dripping wet in this muddy purple robe.
Last, and certainly least, we have Mog Merch. Who has a lucky pet toad. Sorry.
Guys, when did we all start getting lucky pet toads?
Why does...
When did we all...
because the
Anyway,
boss said we had to. Shh.
Oh,
I missed that memo.
You should come to the meetings then.
I'm busy.
you have a bottle of pickled leeches.
Ooh. Nice one.
You have a
What am I saying?
boot, which you can't wear, but it's used as a pouch.
At least not one not.
What? Well, since you haven't told us much about yourself, Darth Town, I'm afraid I'm going to make you sing your song.
Oh no. Okay. Things go boom when Mogmarch throws. Much more fun than using bows. Sometimes where the boom boom blows is not my fault. That's how it goes.
I'm not going to make a WoW joke here, but he's totally a hunter. All right. With that, the 4 of you are summoned within. Now, this is really important. Chief Gut... Here, let's move you in. Chief Gutwat sits on a chair, his mighty girthiness, and I'm trying to find the name of the chair. There's actually a name for this stupid thing. There's a lot of names in this one. Ah, yes, the teeter chair. Now, the teeter chair is a full 6-foot-high chair. So it's way up there, right? He's the only one who could sit on this chair. Now, this is important, okay? The chief not only is allowing you to sit on the dirt that's in front of him, this is a huge honor amongst the tribe, but he's actually going to talk directly to you instead of to his advisor, okay?
Are we gonna die?
Now, most people cannot withstand the voice of the chief. His words are so powerful that he has to train someone from birth in order to be able to withstand that power, unless they are great heroes such as yourselves. So he looks down and he speaks directly to you. Yo, the hares, he tell you. You're the best liquor toads out there, but me and Slorb. Slorb's the one he has trained from birth to be able to withstand his voice. The fact you aren't fleeing from terror from the mighty sound of my voice is all the proof you should need. It's soon all the toad goblins will know your might, for I have picked for you a dangerous mission. You know about them fireworks and them maps we found in Scribbleface's hut? The fireworks were fun, but the map is more fun. It shows a route to a place near the coast where Scribbleface found the fireworks. And it says here, there's more fireworks there. I want them. Want them, and I want them for the lick toad. You go get them tomorrow, tonight. Big bonfire. We play games, much fun. We get all the bad luck away from you. But tomorrow, you fetch me fireworks. If you meet men, you make them dead. If you meet dogs, you make them dead. If you meet horses, you make them dead. But if you meet lots legs eats goblin babies many, you should probably run. And if you don't find the fireworks, don't come back, or we'll feed you to Squealy Nord.
I raise my hand.
He's already moved on.
I'll just keep it up.
Lorb is shoving the four of you out of the hut.
What do we do if we weren't listening?
Shove. Outside, there is a bonfire going on. Now, the bonfire... So you're shoved out to here. Now, the bonfire... Oh, I actually have fire I can use. Big old fire. There we go. It's up here. And you're going up here. You have no choice. It's a railroad adventure. There you go. Railroad. So, there are... All the goblins nearby have brought out branches and sticks and unburnt embers from Scribbleface's hut. And they have called... And Darth Tyron's camera is dying, which means it wasn't OBS. Maybe. Are you even there audibly? Can you hear us?
I am.
Okay. And there are 4 goblins who are struggling to carry the teeter chair out to the canvas in order for him to be present. And he actually pulls out a weird device that I have to scroll down to read about, because for some reason all this stuff is referenced in strange directions. There we go. A foot-long wooden tube that launches a flaming pyrotechnic candle for the next 20 seconds into the giant pile of lumber, which then forms this gigantic, screaming, raging fire.
I start screaming.
Excellent. The chief also brings out he orders the others, of course, because he's sitting on his chair, to bring out barrels of fermented cider apples. Now, first and foremost question, would anyone like to drink of the drunk?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need a fortitude save for anybody who chooses to do that.
All right. I'm going to sing a song while I do that too.
Actually, hang on, I can emulate that better. Give me a second. Oh, I didn't get enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so for con save?
Yep, sorry. Straight con.
19.
Wow. Okay, you're fine. No bad. Is anyone else going to indulge in the cider?
I will.
All right, drink it up.
I will cheer people on by singing them.
17.
Okay. I was gonna say you get a +1 from the cheering, but no, you're good. Would anyone else like to drink of the soda?
Oh, sure, why not?
Drink.
That is a 21.
Jesus Christ! Someone fail at this. All right, you're fine. Bragwin, peer pressure is pushing you to not be at the computer right now.
He just noticed she was gone.
I have so many notes and things up that it's actually the one thing that I tend to not have up is the webcam, believe it or not.
Fair.
Because I've got the adventure notes here, I've got the other thing here, I've got my second notes adventure, I've got my third notes adventure on the second monitor. Oh my goodness.
Still trying to get video back.
Oh, did I hear there was going to be a horse?
That horse? There ain't no horse around
I
here.
heard there was going to be a horse.
There's no horse. We ain't got no horse. Now,
Good.
what we do got is Daz. Now, the way this is gonna walk out. He's not saying this. I don't know why I'm using that voice. One of the other people. No, I'm gonna use that voice later. I forgot about that. I don't have a third voice. Suddenly, and without warning, a dwarf walks into the room and says, "Hey, everyone!" It's actually a goblin
Kill him.
who does an excellent example of a dwarven accent. This is, all right. So, oh, and we lost Tyrant and thing. She's alive.
Yeah,
I think it's
sorry,
time.
sorry. My mom had a really bad backache, so she had to rub some stuff into her back.
Comprehension. Would you like to indulge in the cider?
You know what? That's a bad idea. I'll do it.
Everyone's doing
Yeah,
it.
everyone else is drunk except for, so give me a Constitution save.
Oh shoot.
+1 because
Don't do it,
he's
I'll bite your arm.
-1 now. This is a village of goblins. Yes, Trax. Yes, sorry.
19.
Everyone succeeded. Y'all suck. All right, so it's so much funnier if people fail in this one.
Yes, it is funny.
All right, so the dwarf. This is everyone gather. Today, tonight, tomorrow. Our 4 guests there are going out on a special quest directly for the chief. Now, if anybody wants to ask them to prove their worth, feel free to stand forward. And Cord, the goblin Cord. What's your name, Cord? You got to give me a goblin name. Cord Goblin Face walks up. Says, I don't know where that voice is coming. I've got a dare. I dare one of you to dance with Squealy Nord. What you've got to do. Now, all of you know. Frigate. Cord Frigate. My name. Now, all of you know, there's a mighty fearsome boar we captured from them pigskins some time ago. I don't know why I keep defaulting to all. And this terrifying creature lives in a muddy pit, and it's actually on the map here. It's over here. So, what you gotta do is you gotta get in there, and you gotta ride on his back for 18 seconds, 3 rounds. And if you fail, well, you'll be lucky you don't get eaten along with the rest of them, because we know that pig's got a taste for goblin flesh. Who takes up this dare?
I do.
Okay, I forget your name.
Toadwort.
Toadwood! See, I have just like a long line, and I gotta scroll up and down to get all the names. Okay, Toadwood!
I almost want to start throwing rocks at him just because.
Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna need is they get you in there, and you kind of like slowly get back onto the. You know, it's terrifying. By the way, you're at a -2 to all your rolls right now because of fright. You slowly get on the back of the pig, and the pig is just sitting there very calmly and passively, which you know means that this is a terrifying thing. It's not even afraid of you, as the goblins get you on top of it. It is tethered, but you still have to stay on top of it. Now, what's going to happen is one of them immediately smacks directly on directly on the back, and the pig goes running off and is chasing through the area. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw, again, at -2.
Queens, for you, that's a flat 0.
Well, I have a animal handling skill. Will that come into play here?
That will, actually.
That's a +4, so that actually makes it. So that's a 14.
Okay, so you're immediately thrown off of the creature, tossed to there. All the goblins immediately start laughing and cheering. I should have probably actually pulled out my dice before I started GMing. You know, I do this every time too. You take 1 damage. Do write that down. It's gonna be relevant. From falling. Now, I imagine you probably want to immediately get the heck out of here because you are no longer on the back of the terrifying pig. But it's up to you what you do here.
I gotta climb on its back again.
Okay. Well, that's going to be... Let's do a dex check, just a straight dex check. No -2 this time. But no animal handling either.
20.
Okay, so you successfully roll. So what I'm saying here happened is you basically roll out of it like an acrobatics kind of a thing, and then you lunge back up on top of the pig, and now you've got to make your handle animal check again. Now you got to make 3 handle animal checks in a row. By the way, I'll just give you a little bit of advance warning on that.
So that one's 17.
Okay, so you managed to stay on this time. Now you got to make it for 2 more rounds.
That one's a 15.
Okay, that's enough. Just barely. You almost do it. You're way over to the side here.
And that one's a 16.
Okay. At this, the fear overwhelms you and you have to rush out of the thing. But it doesn't give me the name. One of the cord. What was it? Frigate. Frigate says, "Hey, good job. Yeah. I've got something for you for succeeding at the dare." And he hands you Dragon Brew.
Oh, yes.
Write that down in your inventory. That is an actual combat item. I know a few people who do Village Idiot. I don't, but I know people who do that. All right. Now, Village Idiot, the name of the goblin is Village Idiot, walks forward and says, "I've got an idea." This is your voice now. "Anybody here? I've got a dare. Anybody here think they could eat a giant bag of bull slugs real quick alike?"
Yep.
Oh-ho! Come forth, sir. So, hang on, go back.
What are those?
Well, you've got a couple of choices here. So there's big ol' slugs about the size of sausages.
Okay.
Even for a goblin, they are considered foul-tasting and exude a huge amount of slime. Now, there's a wicker there, which has the slugs, and you have a napkin, which is a leaf, and 1 minute in order to eat these things in time. There are 5 slugs in total. Successfully eating one requires a fortitude save. However, you can make that fortitude save easier if you don't spit out the slime as you're eating it.
Okay.
And
Alright.
each one of those is a full round action. Blah, 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 blah. If you fail a save, you can attempt to swallow the slug on the following round. Because it's squirming to get out of your mouth.
Mhm.
And I think that's it. Yep, okay, so that's it. So give me some fort saves.
Okay.
Or con saves.
During this time, before I start, I'm going to slam my fist on the table and start singing the friend song.
Several of the other goblins who are well familiar with this song, of course, immediately take up the chorus and start singing
you
it
know
with
the
you.
friend song, of course. It goes, "We goblins are a friendly folk. We love to eat until we choke. Loving all like friend and brother, we hardly ever eat each other." And I'll start scarfing it down.
Yep, and they start chanting along with you as you're eating. So give me the first save.
All right. Don't suck at these. I don't suck at these. It's 20.
Nice. Okay, so hang on. I do need to know. Are you spitting out the slime?
No.
Okay. So for the first one, are you not spitting out the slime on all 5?
No, I'm not going to spit it out.
Okay, that's important. All right, so first one you succeed. It goes straight down. Next, go.
All right. Next, this is 7.
That is soup. So it's successfully managed to squirm its way right back out of your mouth, and that's low enough that it actually goes right back into the basket. So you just completely lose that round.
Okay. Next round. Got a 6.
Same one too. That's the funny part.
All right, I'll just stab it with a dagger and then move on.
Be in, you'd eat it.
Yeah, it's easier to eat now.
Well, eat it. Give me a roll.
All right. 12.
Okay, so you managed to eat that one. There's 3 more slugs squirming around in the basket. One of them's starting to squirm out of the basket. You've taken so long.
No! Next attempt is a natural 1.
You throw up one of the slugs. You're back up to 4.
Oh, it's okay. It'll go down easier now. Next attempt is 17.
Okay, so you re-eat the one that is covered in your own bile.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That's an 18.
Okay, so there's 2 slugs left, and you have 3 rounds to do this.
All right, it's all right. I got this. Watch this. Natural 1.
It is now physically impossible for you to succeed unless you pull the epic move of trying to eat 2 at once, which is going to increase the DC substantially. Do you have anything you can do about this? No, it doesn't look like you can. I mean, you can't give yourself bardic inspiration, can you?
No, I can't.
Yeah, no. Okay. Look at your spells. Nope. Yeah. You got this.
All right. How many people am I competing against?
You.
Oh, it's just me?
It's
Okay.
just a dare.
You're fighting the course. It's a dare.
I thought there was something with him. Okay.
I mean, if you succeed, you get a nice magical item. Just like
7.
So that's the harder DC too. So what happens is you shove both slugs, and one of them hits your eye, and the other one hits like your neck, because you failed to hit your mouth so hard. And your toad starts licking. Just poke out your hat, starts licking the one that's up here.
Well,
Oh, that's fine. He counts too.
you can hope for a nat 20.
And last one's a natural 1.
Okay, so between that and that, I think you successfully ate 1.
Maybe.
Because you kept throwing them up. Now, what I'm going to need now is a Constitution save, because you weren't spitting out the slime.
Okay.
And that's at a -5.
All right. Still total of a 15.
Oh, wow.
I know.
The DC is 15.
Okay.
Congratulations. You feel really unwell, but as you're kind of spinning and the world spins around, you take a moment and you just kind of center yourself and push it back. Okay, we're okay.
Where's that goblin who challenged me? Is he laughing?
He is laughing, and Village Idiot's over there is just like, since he could eat
All right,
more
I'll
than
point
one
at
of
him and
them.
say the only thing you've ever defeated are high expectations.
Oh,
Ooh.
The rest of the
cast
goblins
vicious mockery on him.
oh my god.
Oh no.
I don't actually remember what that does off the top of my head.
He has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Give me a second. He's got tons of wisdom because he's a goblin.
Yeah.
He makes a 3.
Okay. He takes 2 psychic damage.
Ah! He runs off screaming into the wild. What was his name? Village Idiot. I'm gonna write that down because that's gonna come up later.
Yeah.
Village idiot has no village.
Yep,
Oh,
he's
no.
now just idiot. You're not an idiot. I'm just going with the name. So, meanwhile, who else have we got in chat here? I know Trihexia's here. So the other goblin, Trihexia, says, "I got another one. Who here thinks they could succeed at hide or get clubbed?"
Me.
Oh, step forward, madame. So you, of course, are very familiar with this game because this is, well, the humans call it hide and go seek. I don't know why, but it's a little bit of a better version because what happens is you go hide, and everyone else tries to find you, and if they find you, they get to whack you.
Yeah.
With a club. That's the term, being clubbed.
Yep.
So what I'm going to need from you is I think it's just a straight stealth check. Yep.
Before we go, can I give Bardic Inspiration?
You absolutely can.
So, I'm going to give you a song to go along with this. To remember, goblins hide where you can't hear, goblins pounce and bite your ear. Goblins hide when long chance come, goblins smart, and everyone else be dumb.
Where are you getting these from?
There's Pathfinder goblin songs.
There are? Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, real quick, there you are, Blue Fox. Sorry, I didn't see you earlier. Thank you for the sub,
So
Blue
you have
Fox.
Bardic Inspiration on,
Nice.
in the next 10 minutes, when you make a d20 roll, you can choose to add a d6 to it.
Ooh.
It's an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Only once, but you can do that.
Sweet.
Now, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to make you point to them. This is kind of a rough layout of the village. It's not super detailed, obviously. Where are you hiding? And we'll determine some things based on that.
So.
Oops.
Ah.
If you know what you want to put that sub towards, Blue Fox, just let me know. But either way, thank you again.
I
Where are you going?
am going to hide.
Here, go and drag
What
your
is-
character. Drag your character.
What is this over here?
That's the eating pit.
Horrible place to try to hide. Just saying.
But hey, I'm here. And if they come find me, I can eat them.
That's a good point. All right, so you go over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and need that stealth check if you don't have stealth.
I have.
Yes, Blue Fox.
So I've got nimble escape. Well, it's a bonus action, but still. I can...
Hang on, let me scroll up to your character. Where's Nimble Escape? I don't see them. Oh, there it is. You can take a distance. Oh, that doesn't really apply here.
Oh, okay. Oh well, still.
In this case, it's. I don't think you have. Nope, you don't. In this case, it's
Okay.
just straight up +3. You do have good dex. D20 +3.
Ooh, 21.
Ooh, okay. That's wow. All right, so you are there now. I got to roll a few rolls against you, against your 21. Goblins have -1 to their rolls. So let's see what happens. So someone kind of roams over, and hang on, I can't see you. You rolled a 21.
Actually impossible.
So
Yeah, it's literally impossible. Because I rolled a 19, and I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty good, but it doesn't. Oh, math, right.
yeah.
So let's just
she's
see how
also-
close they get here. Go
She's
ahead.
also balloon-headed, so she has proficiency in the perception skill,
Oh wow.
so she can get away with it.
Wow. So yeah, you're just hiding there, and you see one guy. He comes real close, but doesn't quite make it. And another 18 on that one. Also comes really close, doesn't quite make it. This other guy is like across the town. He's nowhere. He's absolutely nowhere. This other guy is even further away. He's actually looking where you were. Like, she was right here. She was right here. Doesn't that count? Okay. And the last one is at the stabbing place, aka the docks. He doesn't seem to see you either. So after enough time has passed, someone goes, it's a horn, and you're called out, and the treasurer walks over. I don't have his name right here. He says, "Congratulations," and gives you the ring that lets you climb real good.
Okay. Where did my pen go?
I gotta look up the stats on that because it doesn't give it me here, but I'm pretty sure
Ring of Clyde.
that just straight up gives you a constant +5 to climb. That's what I thought. So if you want to write that down too, feel free.
Where did I...
And looks like we've got one last dare. This is the biggest one of all. The infamous Rusty Earbiter. Who here would dare task themselves against the Rusty Earbiter? This is your cure, Tyron, because you're the only one who hasn't done one yet.
Sure.
All right.
Whatever.
The Earbiter is a hollow coil of rusty wires, barrel hoops, bent swords, and thorny branches and vines that are kept behind the moot house when not in use. It's so named for the fact that it's claimed goblin ears often. In fact, as of this exact moment in time, there are 3 goblin ears just sitting towards the entrance to it. It's just detached and kind of bloody. It is an object of fascination for you because the half-insane tinkerer, who is your father, who invented the thing, has long since died, of course. He was carried off in the night by a giant bird. He was testing a prototype bird-attracting hat. But his legacy lives on in you, of course. So everyone's going to cheer and holler while you try to climb through this thing. You have to get through here without getting hurt. The faster you do it, the better the reward you get. This is going to require 3 successful dexterity checks. And there's a bunch of other rules I'm not going to bore you with right now.
Okay.
You
So
could
if-
really use that ring that I just got.
Nah, climbing wouldn't work here.
Not
Oh.
really. All
So
right.
give me your first dex check.
So that's going to be an 18.
All right, so you managed to sneak your way through. You're doing pretty good. Looks like so the cheering keeps going. You have a +1 on your next one.
Oh. 23.
Jesus Christ, you are just absolutely navigating like crazy. Everyone's like they're in a go. I forget your character name. Character name.
Oh, it's Mugmerch. Mugmerch.
Merch.
One more?
Yep, one more, last one.
Okay. So this one is a 16.
That's close actually. In fact, is that with the bonus?
That is...
Is the
I didn't
cheering
know
it?
that I got the +1, so I just added my +3.
So, okay. It's not as close as I thought, because, So you've successfully managed to get your way through, and everyone's like, "Yeah, Bogmarch is the best, woo!" And the treasurer guy comes over, and says, "I present to you the chief's very useful robe that is useful." It is a robe of useful items with 4 patches left. One in the shape of a ladder. Please write this down. I'll wait till you're ready.
All right, what we got?
So there are 4 patches: a ladder, a 3-legged turtle, a horseshoe, and a bullhorn.
Ladder.
3-legged turtle.
Look, don't look at me. I don't make up this stuff. It's just, it is what it is.
Ladder, 3-legged turtle.
Shoot, hang on, I lost it. 3-legged turtle, a horseshoe, and a bullhorn.
And these are just patches on the cloak, right?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the stream. You've chosen an interesting day to show up, but that's not uncommon since I'm not streaming a whole lot right now. We're just doing some D&D right now, just having some fun. Give me a second, Triaxia. So, having successfully done all of this, the very next morning, you are expected to head out first thing in the morning. Unfortunately, nobody got sick from the booze, so that's not a problem. Y'all suck.
You asked us to make dex checks, and we constitution checks, and we all made them. So
it's whatever. It's whatever. He gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count items. You're not sure. Actually, only you, Tyron, have an idea of what these are. So if you want to write this down, you get 2 candles, or 2 Desnan candles. Let's be specific here.
2 what candles?
Spell it however you want to. Desnan candles. As long as it sounds like Desnan. 4 paper candles. And a skyrocket. And no, it is not Blue Hero. Alright.
Okay.
So, you have the map. Now, don't worry. There's no writing on the map. So it's not cursed. It's not bad luck. But there is an X, and there's like a map route through the swamp, and it's got like a dotted line, so you have an idea of where to follow. I'm going to need someone to roll an int check to understand the map.
It's my int.
I don't care who does it, but someone's got to do it.
19.
That,
What the hell?
everyone's rolling fire tonight, except for me. Okay, so you figure out that it actually means you're supposed to go... Actually, I can tell you the specific direction. I actually have a map here. North. You're supposed to go pretty much straight up north in order to get closer to the beach.
Can we
Great.
go in the water?
There's
Which
gonna be
way's
lots
north?
of water. No, you rolled 19. You know where north is.
Oh. I forgot I knew.
Is there water along the way?
There's a river.
Okay, I'll take the river.
But no, it goes across. It goes the wrong way.
Oh.
So you can't.
Well, I'll be in the river as much as I can.
You can ford across. That's your first task. So a few hours pass, and you're at a river.
Oh. By the way, I've been yelling out a goblin song this entire time about raiding and burning human villages.
Oh my gosh. So how are you going to get across this river?
It's easy. You swim.
Well, swim. Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
All right. All right. I actually have advantage on skill checks for swimming. So I put the frog underneath the hat. I poke a little hollow tube out just in case I go underwater and I start swimming across.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your frog. That's your lucky frog.
Bandana. That's where it goes. My head frog. All right. With advantage. 21.
Nice. Okay. You effortlessly you backstroke across. Can't quite do the chair here, but whatever. You get the idea. How are the rest of you getting across?
Well, I'm a dragon, so I'm gonna go fly across.
Okay, give me a strength check, which is basically a jump check.
That's a 4.
Perfect. Now, before we discuss what the consequence of this is, give me another strength check. This is not a jump check.
9.
Give me a third one.
15.
Okay, so here's what happens. So, Shadow Machine's characters, I've already forgotten. I'm not good at names. What do you want from me? What's your name? Scroll down.
Toadwort.
Toadwort, there it is. Toadwort charges up to the water. He's like, there you go, where are you? Pull out your thing here. There you are. It's like, alright, I got this. And you, like, run back and then charge and then jump like a foot. And you collapse into the water. And you immediately start to recover. It's like, it's okay, I got this. And you're like, and you push, and with all your might, you manage to successfully get back to the where you just were. And you get there and you're like, ha-ha! And that's when you realize you're on the same side. But that's when you get your 15. And you immediately launch yourself back out over the water. And this time, you get all the way across, because it's like a 3-foot across stream.
Goblins are fun.
Bragwin, how are you getting across?
That jumping looked fun, because I've got nothing on me that could actually do anything, unless somehow dead moles sewn into a 20-foot piece of rope will do anything. I don't know.
I mean, they could. You could throw them across and pull your way over.
20 feet? Well, if that river is about 20 feet.
It's less than 20 feet.
Okay. So I am going to make a lasso with that rope,
Okay.
throw it over, and try to pull myself across.
Give me just a straight +3 on a d20.
Four.
With the +3,
Yeah, with
the moles snap. You lose that item from your inventory. And mole fur flies everywhere.
I killed them all myself.
And you
It's not-
collapse into the water, sputtering and splashing about crazily and making a ton of noise. What would you like to do now? Tyron, would you like to help her out? I mean, she's right there.
Side sulk.
I'll start blowing a whistle to make sure she knows to come over to this side.
Alright, I'm just gonna swim.
Helpful.
Screw it. I'm just gonna swim.
It's a
Just
strength
swim.
check, straight up. Where's the artificer? Oh, there you are.
Watch my character drown.
Yeah.
That plus that.
is-
13.
Okay, you successfully managed to swim across to the other side. Everyone except for Tyron, the Mog Merch, is now on the other side.
I'm sorry, I didn't do a proper study of this guy before.
It's okay, you're bouncy. You can make smoke sticks, alchemical fires, and alchemical acids pretty much as a full round action for like free forever. If I'm reading this right.
That's what I'm getting at too. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine.
I know what I do.
You know what you do.
I shall teleport to the other side, and then I throw down the smoke stick so it completely blocks it. Then I just swim across. Then once I'm on the other side, because the smoke will clear in a minute. Behold!
Oh man. I'd still have to make that strength.
You'd still have to make the check, yeah, with your -1 to strength.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a frog and a... Well, no, they're the scorpion, Blue Hero.
I don't. Yeah, no. I'm
can do this.
very utilitarian. I'm just gonna go ahead and make the attempt to swim across.
Okay, so you successfully decide... Actually, you're over here. Sorry.
Oh wow, I got a 16.
Holy crap. So you boringly swim across. Good job.
I'm boring. I know. I'm sorry.
Right about this point in time, the amount of noise you've been making has been rather substantial. And
Sorry.
in the process, you hear, all of you, you don't even have to roll for this, a familiar voice that sounds like it's nonstop screaming, running in your direction.
Oh, look, it's the village idiot.
In just a few seconds, you notice the village idiot, who is charging down the bank, running towards you, flailing his arms, screaming bloody murder for help. You have 1 round to prep to do something. He's too far away to actually interact with him.
Aw, I was gonna stick out my foot and trip him.
No, he's over there.
Like, well, look in the direction he's running from. So I guess
I grab my sling and lower my bullets in it and aim it at his head.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that in a minute. What else? Is anyone else doing anything?
I get my meat hook out.
Is anyone else doing anything?
Yes, I'm gonna start singing.
What are you singing?
I am singing Goblins Race and Goblins Jump, Goblins Slash and Goblins Bump, Burn the Skin and Mash the Head, Goblins Here and You Be Dead.
I love this.
And then draw a twisty vine out and start slashing it all around.
Okay. So, at about this point, I need everyone to make a perception check.
All right.
If you don't have a perception under your skills, just roll wisdom.
21.
19.
Okay, passive perception.
Just if you, where's your skill? Where's your skills? You do not have. You have perception plus 3. Right.
+3, so that would make it 18.
Okay, Tyron.
Mine is 16.
Wow, everyone except for Tyron notices that the trees above Village Idiot are bristling and shaking as if something very large is moving through them.
Is that a big dog?
I will need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh.
12.
Ooh.
Also, probably need to write that. You know what? Let's just do this the easy way. We'll do a text file like we did last week.
Whoops.
My dice are a mixed bag.
Okay.
18.
Okay. That's 18. Third.
I have a 5.
And Tyron.
I have a 17.
Okay. And I got to roll for. Ooh. Okay. So, as you are watching, prepping your various actions to hurt this harmless, helpless, innocent goblin who is running through there, this will be the goblin for the sake of this. A colossal and terrifying bear smashes out of the trees and lands directly on Village Idiot. And he screams, "Ah!" And all of you recognize this as Lot's Legs Eat Goblin Babies Many. Now, Lot's Legs, for short, gets the first attack. Oh my gosh. That's,
We need another idiot.
Village Idiot is extremely dead.
Sorry, Village Idiot.
Like, it does damage, then poisons, then paralyzes. This hit is ridiculous. Anyways, the giant bear then immediately turns to the group that you are. That was its surprise round. Now it gets to go first. Now, we don't quite have a grid here, so we're going to kind of make do. So, here, I'll get a little bit. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20. A little bit further away. So the bear immediately flings a shot of webbing at... Oh, let's just roll for it. That's going to be Tyron, who is the... I forget your name. Mogmerch. Like, it's not my fault. I can't remember your name, okay? It's your fault. It's not mine. I'm definitely not an idiot who can't remember names to save my life. So this is going to be a hit. What's your AC? Longmarch.
14.
14. Okay. Well, the good news is I rolled a 3. Now it's got a lot to hit, but that's still gonna fail. So the web goes flying past you and doesn't actually do anything. That brings it to, I believe, Bragwin's turn. Yep, Bragwin. What are you doing?
Ah. Okay, so
It's 30 feet from you, by the way, just to give you an idea.
All right. So I've got a short bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot the bear.
I am going to shoot the bear.
Oh.
Okay. So.
Well, roll attack plus 5.
Alrighty. 12.
The arrow flies over the bear's head. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Would I be able to attack again, or would that be...
I don't think you can at level 1.
Crap.
I am correct.
Alright.
This is perfect battle music. I'm going to turn this up so everyone can enjoy the battle music that's playing right now.
Scream.
Okay, so she screams. Mogmerch, it's your turn.
I missed.
Okay.
Miss. Oh, hi.
Well, let's see.
You picked something which has a ton of things you can do, so I hope you've been planning out your moves.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's planning that out. Let me get out War and Peace here.
Wait. Okay. I will throw an alchemical acid.
Okay. So the acid... Oh, I'm looking at Shadow Machine's character here. Scroll up. Looks like that is a ranged attack. No, it's not. It's actually a DC. I got a save on that. Unfortunately, this is a giant bear, which has a very high dexterity. So he does make it. Does that half? Nope.
I think it just says must make.
Yep, no. So the bear deftly dodges out of the way of the alchemical acid on its 8 legs. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No, I don't think so.
Exactly, Blue Hero. I swear this is on random. You can move or do nothing, was what this boils down to.
No, I said I don't think so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently not. That's the second time now. I haven't heard you. Weird. Either I'm going deaf or something else is happening. So, that brings us to...
Turn my gain up.
Toadwort. What do you got?
I fire my sling at the bear.
Flung. So that's a +4 to hit.
Which is a 19.
That will successfully hit. Do your damage.
Yay.
Which is 1d4 + 2. That's bludgeoning. I don't think the bear has anything against that. Nope.
That's a 5.
The bear has +7 stealth, by the way. 5 damage to the bear. Where's its health? There it is. Okay. That leaves us with... Are you going to move or do anything else?
I'm going to move away from the group.
Okay. Well, move. What do we got? Oh. It doesn't. All right. So that now leaves us over to Village Idiot's turn. Village Idiot, in the final moments of your screaming life, where everything is just pain, you slowly feel yourself seize up and realize you're going to be food for Lots of Legs, or whatever its name is. I already forgot its stupid name. No, it is Lots of Legs. Lots of Legs eats goblin babies many. And that's the last thought that runs through your mind before you die. I don't remember that character's name. Mevis. It's your turn.
Nevis the Magnificent. All right.
Save his toes. I want to pickle him.
I'm going to point dramatically at this bear and scream at it that it's a maggot pie served from a codpiece. Cast vicious mockery on it.
Does that affect animals?
As long as they can hear it, they not need to understand it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, what's my save on that again?
Wisdom save.
What is the wisdom save on a bear? +0.
DC 12.
By the way, this thing's charisma is -3. Just for random. He totally fails that DC. The bear is like, and takes
1 psychic damage. And his next attack has disadvantage.
Oh, okay. You gonna move or anything?
Yeah, so I'm going to get right up in its face.
Well, it is the bear's turn. Where are you? Which one? Here. You're right up in his face now. Right up there. There we go. The bear. Let's see. Are we gonna do? Yeah. Since you ran up, I was gonna do something else, but instead he's just gonna bite you. He's going to go in for the attack.
Okay.
So first roll will absolutely hit, unless the second roll is a 2. So the bite comes in and just barely misses. However, it does graze. Where's his name? Damn it, it's right here. Bandana. Bandana now has a big scar from the thing.
Oh.
He's also in preparation for his next move. You get an attack of opportunity here if you have a melee weapon. I don't remember if you do.
I do. I have my Thorn Twisty Vine.
Do it. Attack.
All right. A 9.
That will absolutely not hit. The bear skitters up the tree. Is now up amongst the branches. It is now...
Say it's afraid. It's afraid!
It is now...
It eats your brains.
It's now Retta Big Bad's turn.
All right, so I will shoot at it if I can see it in the trees.
Yeah, you can see it. I think it technically has partial concealment, but I don't remember what that does right now. So I'll look it up.
All right. So I have perception. So okay, so that plus 5 is math 23.
23. Hang on, I'm looking up concealment in 5th edition because I don't remember how it works.
Concealment is just you can't see. Cover is probably what you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay, cover is what I'm looking for. Okay, so it has plus 2 AC, which actually doesn't help because you rolled really well to hit it. So you successfully managed to hit the second. Roll your damage, which is a 1d6 plus 3.
Shit. That would be 6.
Nice. Okay. You gonna move or otherwise do anything?
I am going to move over here, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
It's I know you don't have a grid right down right now. I apologize, but it's over there.
Oh, that's
all right. So
my dice.
that moves us over to the legendary, the interminable Mogmerch. Or Merc. I actually don't remember.
It looks like merch to me.
What?
So
I just closed the music by accident. I was gonna switch playlists.
Oh no, we need music.
And now the music's gone. It's just gone.
We have just silence.
The sound of silence and copy wrong. I'm not playing Fat Chocobo. Okay. It's like a 14-second loop. Do you know how boring that would get? What do you got, Tyron?
Let's see. Shoot. Gosh, I hate this. At range, I suck.
Here.
At melee, I suck.
Whoop, that's full volume. Turn that down.
Okay. So let's see. We will. What? Okay. I'll try the acid again.
Okay. Fling it. I guess that's me. Yeah. This is a dex check, right? I'm remembering correctly. Yep. Okay. Which is the bear's strength. Which, that's going to be a 13.
Oh, that barely makes it.
Ah, I thought I failed it. All right, so he successfully does not get hit by the acid again. So we can get rid of the fire.
I'll just take the disengage bonus action and come up right about here.
Okay. That pushes us over to the legendary Toadwort. I think. Yep, I'm right. I got it. I got a name right. Holy crap. The only thing I don't like about Stellaris music for this is it's a little bit too loud at some parts of the songs, and the other parts of the songs are just way too quiet. Ridiculous. Anyway, Shadow Machine is slightly distracted right now, so we're going to go ahead and skip over him for the moment. Go over to Village Idiot's turn. Village Idiot, what would you like to say in your final moments? As you're laying there, the paralysis from the venom of the bear is coursing through you. What do you do in your last seconds of life? What's your final words?
So, the Goblin God is like really sadistic, and right now he's just bringing him back to life just enough to feel the pain.
Just a bit. Oh, hang on.
Give me something good. Come on.
Hang on. But Shadow Machine, it is your turn.
Yes. So I'm going to sort of walk up close to it.
I mean, it's up the tree right now. It's up
Yeah.
It's up the branch.
You mean like, what's its name? The bear
Lots
thing?
legs.
It's Lots Legs.
Lots legs. Come down here. I like you. Be my minion.
Okay, that's gonna be a hell of a roll.
Yes. With animal. What would that be under?
That would be animal handling.
Well, animal handling. So I get about like for
For attribute bonus.
yeah.
I think that would be int.
Animal handling is wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay.
Aha. So with
Wisdom
that,
check.
that is a 17.
So a 17 is not enough for that.
Mm.
But the bear does look at you like with this confusion. And for a moment you think you've succeeded. And I'm gonna leave it there for now. Third is Mevis, I think. Yes. The
Right.
Magnificent. It is your turn.
I'll point accusingly at the bear. I say, "You're so terrible. If you fell down, you do more damage." And give it another vicious mockery.
That's a terrible. Oh my god! I rolled a 20.
Oh.
A 20. Now that makes it a 20. Get it plus 0.
All right, I'll pout then.
The bear is so confused. He ignores the vicious mockery, which leaves us to the bear's turn. So the bear looks at you, Shadow Machine. He's like, "Huh?" Then he does a lunging strike on you. What's your AC?
14.
There we are. What's your HP? That's gonna be relevant in a second.
Currently 13 because I took the 1 damage from the.
Okay, so
Well, now
this.
it's at 0.
Well, hang on. How much does this do? It's a D8. Where's my D8? Where's my D8? I don't have a D8. Where's my D8 go? Someone roll a D8. I really don't have a D8. This is bizarre.
Okay, this is bad. 8.
Is it 8? Is it 8? There it is. I found it. But I'm going to accept the 8 because I'm evil. All right, so that's 8 plus 3. You take 11 damage.
No, I don't. I activate advantageous distraction.
Like most goblins, you're easily distracted. Unlike most goblins, though, you have a knack for being distracted at the right time, especially when it comes to avoiding pain. Once per short rest, as a reaction which you take when you are hit by an attack, you can be momentarily distracted in combat, ducking an axe swing to inspect a toadstool, stooping behind a tree to lick some bark, or accidentally avoiding an arrow, and so on. When you activate it, you gain +2 to your AC until the start of your next turn, including against the triggering attack. That raises your AC to 16.
It's like
Yes.
weaponized.
So, you take 11 damage. I'm sorry. I thought that was just a straight dodge until I read the +2.
I thought it was 2. Huh.
So, what's funny here is you're like, ooh, and you go to do the thing to dodge, and the bear just, like, recorrects in midair. And just sinks its fangs right into you. So now, I need you to make a constitution check. Please succeed.
Well, that's a 14. Is
Okay.
that succeed?
That does succeed. Because otherwise you'd take 2d8 additional damage, which would guaranteed kill you.
Eesh.
Next round, you're gonna need to do another Constitution save. Don't forget that. Yeah, exactly, Blue Fox. It does the seeking thing or the homing thing or whatever they actually call that.
Well,
That's the bear's turn.
Racist.
Ragwin, would you like to do anything over there?
I am going to shoot it with another arrow.
You're a melee. Go melee it. You literally have dueling fighting style. When you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you get a +2 to damage rolls with that weapon. Go attack it!
It's right here, right?
Yeah, sorry, it's actually on Shadow Machine.
You know what? Okay, fine. I will get up into its face and I will take Dog Slicer.
I'm just saying,
And
you're
I will
literally
just-
built to melee, and you're like there like, blink. All right, give me an attack roll. This is a +5 to hit, so D20 +5.
Oh god. Oh shoot, that's 19.
That will totally hit. So that's going to be a
Okay.
1d6 +5? No, that's right.
Jesus.
Yeah!
5. So that's 10.
10 damage. Okay, so the bear looks very wounded, but it's not his turn, so we can't do anything. Tyron? Like he's not doing well. He looks like he's about to flee to his lair.
Then I will. Gosh, is this? It's only a 5 foot. No, then that's not good. That's gonna get a break one. I suppose we'll try the acid again. This is not a good toolkit for this fight.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, do it. Do it.
That's you.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that. That's such a weird... Okay, he totally fails the acid check, finally.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He takes 1d6 acid damage. That's I think only 1d6. Yeah.
So
That's
do
gonna be a
1d6.
4.
4. The bear falls over, groaning in pain and terrible agony as the acid burns away at his furred flesh.
Kill it. Kill it.
The bear is very dead.
I get its toes.
Yeah. Its toes do have venom in them.
Ooh, even better. I can add them to the jar of pickled halfling toads that are just about ready. Because why not?
So,
Bears are the softest meat.
Pickle them. Make them even softer.
so having succeeded, you now have a choice. Technically, Village Idiot's still alive, just paralyzed.
Oh, okay. I'll go over there. Then.
I mean, it's you can do whatever here. I'm just okay. Village Idiot's now dead.
Thank you.
You
You cheated.
Village Idiot, in your last moments, for the third time now, the one you mocked so derisively has brought you down. You appear in front of, I can't remember the goblin deity's name, and he's just like, "Shad, you die." You what? Really? Anyways, so the group of you, there's no loot because it didn't flee to its lair, so you don't get any loot. However, you may continue on the path. It's not actually all that much further, or you may take a short rest and be attacked by another bear. It's up to you.
Will it go to the lair and we can go get the loot?
No, it's a different bear. It has a different lair.
Oh.
Shadow Machine, you're
see.
hurt, right?
What did you miss out on? You missed out on gold, a crossbow, a pearl, 2 cure potions, a bull strength potion, a boar's endurance potion, and 6 pieces of licorice.
Yes, I am very hurt. I have 1 health.
Alright.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are on the verge of death. Oh, you
There's
haven't.
water
you haven't
nearby.
updated. There's a you haven't really moved from the
We haven't
river.
really moved. Okay, all right. I need to take Shadow Machine over to the water. We both need to get into the water.
And then drown him.
It's-
He needs to grab my hands, and we need to start dancing around.
Are you going along with this Toadwort?
Sure, yeah.
And I start thinking about how the meat in him may be too tough, but you just can't get enough. And I'm casting Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, I'll roll it.
All right.
For a second there, I thought you were gonna rickroll him.
Never gonna heal you up. Never gonna stab you down.
Yay.
Gonna make
right.
you live forever.
And I'll tell me. You go there, and tell me when we're ready to go. I'm gonna stay in the water. And I just crash in the water.
Are you all taking a short rest? I mean, you don't heal from it, but you'll get any short rest abilities back.
I don't have short rest abilities.
I don't have short
Did
rest.
anyone use any short rest ability? I know you have some. The group does. Advantageous,
advantageous
comes back.
distraction,
Yeah. So you'll
So-
get that back, and I guess that's
Yeah.
it, really. Oh no, you'll get
Yeah.
Bardic Inspiration back, won't you? Oh no, it's a long rest. It's a short rest. Boop. There. House ruled.
Okay.
So you get
So
Bardic
let's-
Inspiration.
Let's short rest real quick.
So you lay down for an hour, just kind of start to play. So let's get really meta. You decide to play spaceships and star systems, and so you start playing a Tigian, and I forget all your races right now. I know Bragwin's a Tigian.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
anything
think
else.
I'm a Jekvin.
Yep, you're a Jekvin, and you're a Stregi. That's right. And third, what were you again?
Oh, Mia.
A Lamia, right. And so you start playing those characters, and then the universe folds in on itself really quick. When you get back up, the GM shoves you along the adventure, and you're now approaching the shipwreck. It's not actually all that far. It's literally just like another few hundred feet down the road. So, okay.
Hey, look, this one has a grid.
Ah.
All right. I'll suggest that we start sneaking and singing the goblin sneaking song.
That's a good idea.
Will you lead us in it?
Yes. Let me find it. Hold on. Goblins sneak and goblins hide. Goblins hunt when dark outside. Out of the forest through the trees, goblins quiet in the leaves.
Very good.
And
All right, so you are approaching from the. Let's actually just make this easier. From the west. You're technically approaching from the south, but whatever.
okay.
Nothing happens as you move over to the west. There's the door. You're kind of looking at the obviousness here. No, it does not, village idiot. Let's see here. There is writing on the bow. You can't read it, of course. You probably want to avoid that at all costs because it's writing. We all know the history of that.
Mhm.
The ship's decor has faded. Most of her truly valuable supplies were taken by her surveying crew after the wreck many years ago. Very few things remain here, except for a strange noise. I'm going to need everyone to do a perception roll.
Ooh, okay.
You all hear the noise, but what is that? It's so strange.
19.
4.
Unnatural 20.
17.
So, everyone rolled above 18, which is Bragwin and Shadow Machine, I believe. You know what that noise is because you've heard it before. That's the sound of a horse. One of the most terrifying creatures that the goblins have ever encountered when it comes to the menfolk.
Bastards kick us all the time.
Yep, oh, they're terrifying. They're horrid, you might even say. Horrid horses. Now, I should probably mention at this point that there's an old legend amongst the tribe that you are, that I've already forgotten the name of. And that's a legend of the Great Vorka. Now, Vorka, she is a terrifying cannibal. She likes to eat other goblins. Now, she was banished from the tribe because she likes to eat other goblins. And goblins don't eat each other, unless they're dead. But she would eat living goblins, and the noise it was making was terrible. So she was banished, and every time a goblin goes missing, everyone knows it's because she got them, okay? I'm just
Wow.
mentioning that for no reason. Ignore me. Anyways,
Well, except for Village Iggy, he just died to long legs.
well, it might have been her. You don't know. But what you do know is that there is a horse here, and I do not have anything to do I have a cavalry unit? I do! This totally counts. What is this board doing? Look at this. It's like a full... Oh, it's because it's on the bear. It's like off the ground. You see this?
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's floating.
Oh. Now it's keeping it up.
Huh.
I don't
The
see-
edge of the table
Oh
itself.
my god, really? Okay, hang on. Let's shrink it a little bit. Eh. Is it actually on the ground now? It is. Okay.
Hey.
We did. No!
Lock it.
No! Quick! Before it moves again. Alright, there we go. So, where's my cavalry? There it is. Cavalry! So you hear the sound of a terrifying horse just beyond. There's a fenced-in area there, and the horse just kind of treads around here, and It's a filthy, dark gray stallion whose feet are coated in blood. And it's got a symbol branded onto its snout with what looks like a burnt stick. Like someone just carved it into the thing's snout. Which, you know that what that symbol means. That symbol means stomp. Would you like to try and sneak past the creature?
Yes. Oh, please.
No, I throw in my flask of alchemist fire at it.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
12.
1.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 15. I got a +3.
Okay.
Oh boy. 23.
And then Tyrant's gonna go way first. So, Shadow Machine, you get the surprise round.
Yes.
How does this work? Is this a dodge? Is it an attack roll?
I don't know, it's just one of the items I have in
Oh,
my...
right, it's the frickin' thing that you won, isn't
Well,
it?
no, not the thing I won. I have 2 flasks of alchemist fire in my just equipment.
Alchemist fire. Okay,
Yes.
so it's the same thing as my alchemical acid.
Yeah, as I say, I need to save. Yep. Okay.
30.
So the horse, which is surprised, so I was going to give it a negative anyways, still nevertheless fails at that because the horse is not very dexterous. And the
Okay, so
fire
that's-
bursts over it, so what kind of damage does it do?
That's D6. Roll D6. Shadow.
Apparently, Cord.
4.
Okay, so 4 damage bursts on the horse. The horse lets out this horrifying roar, which notifies everyone in the ship that someone's here. And now we go into proper initiative. It is still Tyron first because you rolled ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a nat 20 plus my...
I suppose in the interest of fairness, it's actually up here because you had to wait until it came around the corner. So I'll let you kind of settle yourselves a little bit here. And this is large, right? I'm reading this correctly. I should mention, by the way, if none of you have seen it, all of you have the goblin ability to do more damage against things larger than you. I should also mention that literally everything in this encounter is larger than you. In the whole module.
Right. Let's see.
I checked. Oh, that's not true. There's one thing that isn't. Sorry, I actually forgot about that. One encounter. That's... And its name is Village Idiot. Tyron, what are you doing?
Well, since the acid seemed to work so well, I'll throw my own.
Okay. And I'm going to shrink everyone down a little to make this a little bit easier.
Think about it as just clapping and going, yay, because it's screaming.
This is great. So, that's another roll for me, isn't it? He no longer has the negative, but he doesn't have a great dex anyways. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay. I rolled a 1.
So, okay.
Do it to it.
All right.
You hit the
That's
horse square in
That's
the
a
head.
6. That is a 6 on the die.
Okay, that takes that much damage. It looks pretty hurt. That makes it its turn. So the horse immediately glares at the two of you. But it can see you more clearly, Tyrant. So it thinks you're the one who has damaged it both times. So let's see here. Yep, so I'm going to need a strength saving throw from you.
Okay. Great. That's an 18.
That does succeed, so you are not knocked prone. However, it does manage to, because of the nature of how this works, it gets an attack on you now. Because, you know, it's hitting you with its hooves. Ooh. Is your AC 23?
No.
Really? Wow, I'm surprised by this. That is that. That's 2d6 plus 4. What's your HP?
10.
Okay, so you take 13 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you are
I'm
now
dead.
down. No, you're down.
I'm down. Whatever.
So, boop. That brings us over to Shadow Machine. It's your turn.
I take my sickle and I swipe at its legs.
Take the attack. Doesn't have great AC.
That's my +4 to attack, 19.
That super hits. There's a horse. It doesn't have a lot of AC.
Yeah. Then damage is 1d4 plus 2 is a 4.
Okay, it takes 4 damage. Looking very injured now. You could move, but you'd provoke an Oppie. So
Yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't do that.
I'm just staying where I am.
All right, Mevin.
Nevis.
Mevin, whatever your
All right.
freaking name is. God damn it.
Alright. I'm going to pull out my whip, my thorny whip, and start charging at this thing and shout at it that I'm going to pull its tail and twist its mane and see it spit and twist in pain and try and whip it.
Real good.
Dang it, no.
Ooh,
You take
21
3
to hit.
damage, Brakewood. What'd you
Just
get?
for the
Sorry.
joke.
21 to hit.
It's got 10 AC.
All right.
You can hit this thing.
We're looking at 7 slashing damage.
The horse falls over, extremely dead.
Yes.
It falls onto Tyron.
Ow.
No, I'm not going to be that much of a dick.
I've got a victory cry.
Actually, you know what?
Tasty, tasty meat, of course. Oh, how we
Do
love,
it.
love, love the horse.
Do it.
I am going to be that mean, but
Do it.
here's how this is going to work out. So, Bragwin, you're right next to Tyron. You can, if you want, pull Tyron out of the collapsing horse's body.
I guess so.
See you around, Blue Fox. So go ahead and roll me. Let's just do. Okay, so you can do a strength check, a much more difficult strength check to pull him out of the way, or a much easier dexterity check to swap places with him, basically. So you take the hit instead of him. Your choice.
Oh. I'm gonna do the strength check. That would be a 14.
That is
'cause-
not enough.
Not enough. Well, shoot.
Cord, do you want to get a cord reroll on this?
Please, Cord.
Because I'm thinking
My survival kind of depends on it.
Literally, because she decided to go with the hard mode thing.
I should roll a 1.
That would be funny.
Ooh.
I said this is the harder DC.
Woo!
Okay. You yank him away so hard he takes a damage on the way. No. You pull. There we go. You pull him out of the way. The horse kind of goes kaplong, like right where you used to be. Klong. And it's super dead. So, third, you're more versed in this than I. Would you like to explain to Tarth Tyrant how you do death saves in 5th edition?
Yes, it is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. So I guess that means said it, so I have to roll it now, right? So that's a 6.
That doesn't feel like that would be a success.
It's not. Anything below a 10 is a failure, so that is 1 out of 3 failures.
Roll again.
Oh. That's 17.
1 out of 3 successes.
Yeah, we're 1 for 1 now. 1 on 1.
Jesus.
Not 1.
That is 2 failures.
2 failures, 1 success. Would anyone like to heal
A
him?
natural 1 is 2 failures.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
But I was going to say, I can't heal him.
I was gonna say, does anyone want to heal him before he insta dies here?
I
Because
have
that would
a-
actually kill you.
I have a potion of healing.
Shove it down his throat. Do it.
Okay, so I will just.
Which is that? Because it should say. Sorry about the zooming in and out, by the way, viewers. Whenever I zoom in and out, it zooms in the game. I don't know why.
Let's see.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. There we go.
Okay. So potion of healing. I will scratch that.
It keeps putting
out.
me into the table, too. Look at this.
Jeez. Shit. I can grab the
Nice.
D4. Damn. Okay. Just 8.
Okay, so you heal for 8. And you're up. You feel not great.
What is that? 8 on top of the technically -3 that I was at? Or do you not go below 0?
I
In
don't.
5e, you don't go below
I was
0.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure the official rules in 5 is you don't, yeah. It was 3.5 where you keep track of negative health. And that could be problematic when you get to like -40, and it's like,
You were literally salsa.
could someone help? Well, no, because you could still be healed up from -40. It's just, it took some work.
Ugh.
All right. The horrid horse has been defeated. Now, looking forward, you see the little rickety steps there. That's the front
Right.
gangplank. It's really steep. It's going to require a climbing check to be able to go
Right.
over.
Carve a trophy from the horse
Which
to
part?
prove one of the hooves.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Uh, uh, just... I'm thinking that would be an unnatural 20.
Oh, nice. It takes some effort, but because you rolled so well, you do manage to go through the bone and sever the hoof.
Yay! Stick that in my bag.
It's got a rusty horseshoe on it.
Yay! So I'll put that in my inventory.
Well, isn't he Italian though, Cord? So, as you're okay, moving in. This is the pathway up into the ship. You can just climb up it, of course, or you could try to get in some other way. If anybody here wants to do a, I guess that would be a survival check, a wisdom check. They can do so.
So I've got survival. Oh, just straight wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
If someone else wants to do it, that's great. I got a 5.
You don't know anything.
Well, let's
'Cause I'm
see
a
if the
good
guy with the
goblin.
-1 to wisdom will get anything.
You got this.
Yeah. Because I'm a good goblin. I don't know nothing.
That's an 18.
Okay, not bad. So, because you rolled sufficiently well, you notice there's a ball of mud on the bow of the ship, right about there. And it's specifically tied to a vine which is attached to the top of the planking. Now, because you have successfully spotted this, you and anyone else present can simply avoid the trap entirely, if you choose to climb up it. That is still a climbing check to go up that route, though.
You can climb it.
I can climb it.
Who has the climbing ring? Someone got the
I
climbing
do.
ring.
I
She
got the
has.
ring.
So that gives you a +4, I want to say.
It's +5.
I know I gave it to you when I gave it to you, so whatever I gave you then is what it is.
So,
So-
plus.
I don't know the deal with the patches on this cloak.
Yeah?
Can I...
What are you going to do?
How do rituals work? Third.
Yeah, third.
Do
No.
you mean like the actual spell rituals?
Yeah, so like I can cast... I would be able to cast Identify, but like it says I
Oh.
can cast it as a ritual.
So if you cast a spell as a ritual, that means it takes an extra 10 minutes to cast.
Ah, there it is. I see it.
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't
usually
think-
you don't.
And it's free is the benefit. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't take a spell slot. I know that.
Right.
And you don't need a pearl to do it.
Spell slots.
Okay. I mean, you can do that if you want to.
Yeah, because I don't really know what to deal with this cloak.
What's everyone else going to do for 10 minutes? If you try to just do nothing, I'm going to make you roll wisdom saves to
Eat the horse.
save against boredom.
Oh, eat the horse.
Eat the
Yeah,
horse.
let's carve up and eat the horse.
Okay.
I've got proof.
Now, what's funny is that's going to require... So you set it up, you get the food, everything's going. I'm going to need constitution saves from everyone who's eating the horse.
Okay.
That horse is
I'm
not in great
identifying,
shape.
So...
Yeah, you're over there. You're busy.
19.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
19.
Stop making your cons. All right, everyone's fine. Your iron stomachs continue to persist.
Goblins.
Yeah, the horse tastes awful.
But we
It-
killed it.
It's delicious
It's also
It is
slightly
delicious.
cooked because, it got hit by fire.
and acid.
And tenderized
And
because
acid,
of the
yeah.
acid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very very tender flesh. I suppose so. So you're eating. They're doing that. This is about when you start to notice the wind chimes, which are made from goblin skulls and bones. That are
Cool.
present here and there. There's also a thin curl of smoke which starts up from a chimney, which is protruding from something at the end of the ship there.
The boss are like those.
So
It's
the identify spell finishes. You're gonna laugh. I was gonna let you do this, Tyron. You ready for this? This is incredible.
Okay.
So the way this works is those are the items you can pull out of the robe.
Oh.
That's it.
I mean,
It's a robe of useful items, and those are the items left in it. Once you put
my guy's got a -1 to wisdom.
it's fine. It's
he's
fine.
smart
I was
enough to
gonna let
figure
you.
that out.
So the way this works is once you pull a patch, right? That's it. It's nuked. It's gone. So you pull the ladder out. It's gone. You pull the I forget what else there is. It's gone. I don't have the full list. That's why I gave it to you.
Ladder, three-legged turtle. I
Yes.
can't believe there's a three-legged turtle.
What? You don't like turtles? That could be a meal later.
Or a bludgeoning weapon.
Or a bludgeoning weapon. Yeah, just throw the turtle.
Projectile
Leeches,
weapon.
I'm good.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You are a little peckish because they just ate the horse and you didn't have anything. And you could just smell the horse the whole... In fact, give me a concentration save to keep casting while the horse is being cooked.
Concentration.
It'll be a low DC, but I'm still going to make you do it.
Well, that's a 17 on the die.
Okay, so you success. You're really tempted by the scent of that cooking horse, but you succeed. You proceed.
Okay.
So now, what?
Three-legged turtle. Bull.
I'm ready to go up.
Anybody? Anything?
Uh,
Someone do something.
Yeah. Let's go start climbing onto the ship.
Who's gonna climb first?
Uh,
I vote Brigwin.
yes,
I will.
I vote.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead and stroll your climb. Stroll your climb. Roll your climb.
Okay. Shoot. That with the +5 of the ring, that's 16.
Nice. Okay, so you effortlessly climb up there. And you manage to avoid the wasp nest. Would you like to remove the wasp nest trigger while you're there? You can do this for free, or you can leave it for someone else to trip over.
No, I'm gonna remove it.
Okay.
Just. I almost want to just throw it to the far side of the ship.
I don't.
No. What we need to do is we need to keep hold of it and throw it back into the ship.
So that is a thing you can do. That is a check
Yeah.
to try and grab the wasp nest without. It's a wasp nest. So who wants to try that? That's gonna be dexterity.
I got a +3 on dexterity.
You know what? I will shout up to you and inspire you while you do this.
Oh,
Yay!
I forget what that gives you. +1.
You get a D6
Oh,
for the
that's
next
right.
10 minutes
That's right.
to use in one ability check of your choosing or attacking or saving
Okay.
throw.
You got this,
That-
Bragman.
Plus that.
You do have to
plus a
announce it
D6.
before you use it.
Okay, so I'm using it
Okay.
right now to get the wasp's nest.
Make it sure.
So that plus that is 18 plus 2. That's a natural 20.
Jesus Christ. So you successfully managed to pull the nest both away. As you're doing so, you're the only person up here. And you're not moving your pieces. You're up here.
Oh, right. Hi.
You're probably like over here. I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
As you're doing this,
Character sheet.
they need another enemy marker for no reason, really. There's just enemies everywhere. Is there really not? Okay. What's a good Fire Emblem joke to use in this case? Yeah, we'll do that. So, what ends up happening is, at about this point in time, 2 dogs
Dogs.
come up. Whoops. There we go. They're not that big. Okay, let's just do this. There we go. So they come up from some previously unforeseen thing. Let's see here. The deck... I should actually probably read this. The deck is cluttered with objects, both natural and artificial. Thick swaths of leafy vines grow all over the deck, with shiny green patches of algae and moss where the vines are not. The central cabin's roof has been a wide edge, breaking out of it, creating a canopied walkway along the side of the ship. A flight of steps up the roof go up the roof to the main cabin, the entrance to which is blocked by a door decorated by a large number of rodents and bird skulls, and you think at least one goblin. There's the stove that's up there at the cabin, and then there's these 2 mangy, scruffy mongrels with crooked tails who look feral and half-starved. They have just roamed up, and I'm just gonna keep the previous initiative, if that's cool, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that makes me last.
Tyron, it's your turn.
Oh boy. And I'm back here on the ground.
Uh-huh. It is still a climb check to go up that thing.
I'm just keeping still with this thing. Guys.
I love how much noise you're making, by the way. Total lack of stealth. This is great.
Guys.
Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it.
I don't have initiative.
Well, on your initiative.
I will attempt to make the climbing check, I guess.
Okay. Roll it. Just strength. Unless you
Oh
have
my
it.
gosh. Nat 20, so that's a 19.
So you zip up there. Now that's going to be... So you basically have... hang on. No additional movement unless you double move. So you can
don't-
take an action or you can double move.
No, I'm... That's the... And I will take the wasp nest from Bragrin and throw it.
Give me 2 dex checks.
Okay. So, the first one is an unnatural 20.
Okay, so you successfully grab it without setting it off. Now you got to throw it.
Yep. Is this a throw to hit?
Yeah. So you
Okay.
can. I should have said a range attack roll.
Okay.
Sorry.
That is a natural 20.
Jesus.
Okay, so the wasp nest goes over and splats on the 2 puppies. I mean,
Aw.
dogs.
Oh.
There's this. Okay, so
Goblins.
they have to do a lot of things here. Gosh, give me a second. So first they got to do the fort save. Ooh. Okay, neither of them succeed at the fort save. That. Wow. Okay. So for the next 4 rounds, they are being stinged. That's really. Yep. No. Okay. Cool. So that's over to their turn. Now that you have done that. Lots of noise. Lots of noise. Let's go eat this person. Okay, so I like to get creative when I roll a natural 1 on an attack. But it's kind of hard to do with a dog. So here's what I'm going to say happens. The dog charges at you, right? Because they do have a charge attack. And as he charges up, he charges just a little bit too enthusiastically, especially since he's got wasps currently stinging. Goes right over the edge. Tumbles down to the bottom, which is going to mean he's going to take this. Bragwin, you're the one being hit. Roll a d10 for me.
All right, D10. Oh, that's a 3.
So that dog is dead.
Oh god. Oh.
The other dog. It's all pitiful sounding. That one rolls a 20 to hit. This is funny.
Oh my gosh.
So, this one does hit, believe it or not. Now, it's okay. It's only a dog. But as its teeth sink into you, you realize that I don't remember how to do crits in 5th edition. 3rd, remind me.
And double the dice.
Thank you. Okay, so you only take 7 damage. A crit. Where are you at, Bragwan here? So you are now at 6 health.
Okay, you got it there.
And it's got you grappled as a consequence, because its teeth are in you.
Yay.
Shadow Machine, it's your turn. The way up is blocked, so you can't get up.
Sorry, buddy.
Would you like to do anything on your round?
Uh,
Couple of random thoughts. You could do nothing. You could go eat the dog that fell down. You could throw a potion up blindly and just we'll see where it lands. These are all options.
I'm.
Whatever works for you.
Honestly, I'm probably just like look over. Like I saw something fall over there. Just go over and look and see a dead dog. And it's like, oh, okay, that's my turn.
Okay. 3rd, it is your turn. Oh, you can also throw the dead dog back up and see where it lands.
That's not interesting.
What do you got? I suppose another option is you could climb over Darth Tyron, which would involve some interesting things.
I have to also climb over Breakwood.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
could
no.
just stand on my shoulders. But I'm not very strong. You should know.
Yeah, I'm
Always
kind
not
of
very
stronger
strong.
than you, so yeah, no.
All right. So I am going. I can see the other dog at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna point a finger at it and say, "You will scream and you will run. Goblins chase you down for fun," and cast a spell at it.
Okay.
Dissonant whispers.
What the heck does that do?
First, it must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Well, dogs are really good at wisdom. They have a. Oh, I was misreading. That was the end. Actually, dogs don't have a bad wisdom. So I rolled a 9.
So that is a failure.
Okay.
So on a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
So that is 12 psychic.
So that dog is extremely dead.
Okay. Well, it would have used its reaction to run away, but
It
obviously
starts to
can't.
run away, and it gets a few feet before it collapses as it's dead, as its brain stops working. By the way, fun little side note: dogs apparently in D&D have an int of 3.
Oh, that would have been perfect for my animal friendships.
I was gonna say, you could have totally tamed these suckers, but that's it. They're super dead. Ugh. You have made a lot of noise at this point,
Yep, and I yell as loud as I can.
so I'm gonna give you a round basically to do something, anything.
What do I?
Remember why we're here again?
We're here to find fireworks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna scramble up.
Who's got a spare healing potion?
That's a good
Mm.
question.
I got turned into a squeak toy.
I have a jar of stewed beetles and grubs.
This one's either acid or healing potion. You decide.
Ooh, I like those odds.
But I'm gonna scramble up to join them.
I'm
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
that.
Like I said, you get 1 round's worth of actions to do something.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move over here to make room.
I need to do an athletics to get up there.
Yeah, it is a climbing check.
That does a 15 do?
15 is sufficient.
Okay.
What does the natural 1 get me for climbing up?
Damage.
Ah,
Who wants to roll Shadow Machine's damage?
oh no.
That's okay. This isn't as bad as the dog, because the dog went full tilt over the edge, right? But this is still going to be a d6 of damage.
Oh no, no. Someone else roll.
Sure, I'll roll.
It can't kill you.
6.
You are at
That's
1
what I
health.
thought.
Are you serious? You heal me up and then you damage me back to 1.
It's telling you, it's just his modus operandi.
It's duality of goblin.
So you're down here still. He's scrambled up. You've moved. Is that everyone's actions?
Ow.
Okay. I'm also gonna. I hate to do this, Shadow Machine, but I'm gonna make you prone right now. So you're gonna have to get up. This is about when the boss comes out. Now, what you see. Let me get a description here. There's a description, right? Is there no description? Here we go. So, a goblin walks out. Why are these so big?
That's their fire emblem.
Goblin walks out. It's a goblin woman. She's extremely sexy. That's a lie. I'm just getting things in position.
Well,
So,
goblin standards.
by goblin standards, she's hideous. There we go.
Oh.
Wow.
So she is accompanied by a mangy-looking mutt and a very large frog. You'll notice that's the big one here. Ahem. She is. So I'm gonna actually need everyone who sees her, not you, Shadow Machine, to do a save against fear.
Oh, okay.
Just a straight D20.
Yeah, it's wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom. Oh, shoot.
I say fear in case you happen to have something that helps with fear, because that's
17.
That's a 7.
19.
Bregwin, you are at a -2 for this entire combat to all your rolls.
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. She looks at you, Bregwin, and she says, "Yeah, those ears might taste mighty fine stuffed with eyes." And you're terrified by this. Her mouth is her most fearsome feature. It's a bit too wide, even by goblin standards. Like she took a blade and just kind of opened it a little bit more. She has filed her teeth.
I don't know how I got these scars.
I didn't even think about that. I bet that was intentional too, because this came out pretty recently. Her teeth have been filed to be very sharp, and she actually has a bite attack as a consequence. And she loves to eat goblins. She wears rags and bits of stained cloth, which are trophies from other goblins she has killed in recent time. She also has a big, floppy, pointy leather hat. All of you except for Shadow Machine, because you're down on the ground there. All of you recognize this as actually being a human hat. She took that from a human. That's impressive. Be impressed.
I am impressed.
Okay, good.
Roll to be impressed.
Very good. You succeed at being impressed. She is, is there a way to tell? I guess not. Isn't it because you're a mage? I guess not really. Like, you're a druid, but you're on the ground.
Yeah.
You're an artificer, so you don't count. You're a fighter, and you're a bard. Does a bard get bark skin?
I don't think so.
Okay. What about spider climb and produce flame?
Those are like druid ranger things.
Okay. Well, you have no idea what's going on, but her skin looks weird and on fire, and she comes out climbing on the walls.
Caleb?
So, boss fight. Gonna keep initiative, because screw it. Tyron, you're first.
Okay.
I should mention that everyone, just so you're aware, but just in case it's not obvious, that frog is huge, or large, excuse me. And that means it can actually eat you as part of its attack, so just be aware of that. Yeah, I'll switch to actual boss music now that we're on it. This is a very combat-heavy module, my goodness. Although that's mostly on you, I guess, so never mind. What do you got, Tyron?
I will pull the horseshoe out of the cloak.
Okay. You got a horseshoe now.
Horseshoe patch. And I will fling it at little insane goblin mistress head.
Go ahead and do the ranged attack roll.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Okay, so the horseshoe successfully lands on her and summons a horse. On her face. What was I using for the horse earlier?
What?
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is.
It's over here.
There it is. Yep, there we go. So there's now, like, that's funny, because that's actually the same character in Fire Emblem.
What?
So there's now a horse on her, and she is now prone. It's actually a medium horse, not a large horse, but still.
Yeah.
So that's what that does.
So there we go. It's whatever. You get the idea. This is kind of whatever.
Well, actually, Laura, I think they look similar, but I think they're actually father and son in the game.
Are they?
I think so.
As,
I think
is-
one's Roy and one is his father. I'm trying to forget his name.
Well, then the whichever one is on the horse is killing the one that's on the horse. So that's either regicide or whatever the opposite of that is. I can't think of the name.
Okay.
So it's now her turn. She is. Oh, sorry. You can move, Taryn, if you want to move. Say, at least get out of the way for Shadow Machine. He's gonna join us for this one.
I'm gonna try and get out of the way there.
Okay.
I'll put it right there.
So.
I have an idea, but
Yeah, let's go. Rotate these now. All right, so she, hang on, she actually has an AI. It's one of the first times I've seen this in a long time. So she is going to, oh right, she has spider climb. So actually, she's just going to climb right out, like she's going to climb on the horse onto the horse. So she's now on top of it. That's just weird.
What have I done?
She's on your horse now. Oh my god. She's a druid. Yep, and she can. She is totally going to try to tame that horse. She's taking that horse. And she succeeds! So the horse is like, yay! And it's like, so she is now riding the horse, which is now being turned around and has joined the combat on her side. That's her action. The dog, he just doesn't do anything funny. He's just going to rush over and try to bite. We'll do it random for this.
I had no idea what this did.
He's going to go for Bragwin. So the dog rushes up. You taste really good, apparently, Bragwin.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. I fail. I don't know what your AC is, but it's not.
It's 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the frog, which is actually probably the hardest thing in this fight. Let's see. So who does the frog want to eat? Let's roll for this. Tyrant. So let's see here. All right. So what's your AC? That's what I'm gonna need to know. Tyrant, no.
14.
14. Oh, wow. I got a 13. Nevertheless, so he jumps, lands pretty much right next to you there. Goes to bite you, barely fails.
Hello, ugly.
Yeah. Cannot believe that. I missed by 1. And actually, that's it. That's the frog's turn. That brings us over to Shadow Machine. You spend your action getting up. You don't have to, but you probably should.
Yes.
Now, if you'd like to go up the ladder, you could roll a climb check.
Don't
and
critical
that's-
fail again.
Yeah, that's strength, right?
Yep.
Okay, that one was 17.
Okay, so you are able to... You get 1 more square once you get up there, but only 1.
I'll just stay right here.
Okay. Unfortunately, because of the fact that you were prone, that is your whole round.
Yeah.
Third.
All right.
Can't believe I didn't get to eat anybody with the frog.
I'm gonna whip this dog.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, the frog does have a bit of health. More than
So
she
the
does.
good
I
thing
think.
about this is I've got a 10-foot reach with this, so I'm just gonna reach around and do it from where I am. Hiya! A 13?
That will hit the dog.
Okay.
Dog does not have much AC. Nothing here has AC except for her.
So we're looking at 6 slashing damage on it.
The dog is super dead.
And I'll point at Tyron and tell him to use the booyah. And give him Bardic Inspiration.
Woohoo! You get to use that on 1 roll in the next 10 minutes.
It's a booyah, you said?
Just a
Booyah.
booyah. Just a booyah.
So you can use that on ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Oh my god, Gord. I have an idea, and that's the last we ever hear of Bragwin.
Because I'm last.
Question, is there anything to hide behind here?
Oh, there's debris all over the place, and you are small.
I would like to use Nimble Escape to use... Oh no, I did Bardic Inspiration, I can't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hang on. But you could next round if you wanted to.
All right, in
Bragwin.
that case, I'll go right next to the frog and scream
Okay.
at it.
Yeah, it's your turn, Bragwin. Rah.
Okay, so I want to jump on. Okay, take my meat hook, jump on top of the frog, and try to get the meat hook into its head and direct it where to go.
Okay. So first we're gonna do a straight up jump check to get on top of it. That's strength. Unless you have a jump bonus.
I
Don't think you do.
do not.
No weapon, Fury of the Small.
Dude, strength check, 19.
You have a plus to dogs, which is funny because there's actually a lot of dogs in this combat. So what'd you get? I'm sorry.
19.
So you're on top of the frog now. Now you got to do the hard part, the attack roll.
Okay.
Please stop falling off the frog.
That is 13? Oh, attack with it. Okay, it doesn't have the plus.
Remember, it's gonna be a D20 plus 5 total.
Okay, plus 5. So that will be 18.
That will hit because your previous would not. So you managed to sink the weapon in. Now this does still do damage, so roll a 1d6 plus 5.
Jesus, 8.
8. Okay. The frog is very damaged and seems to be reeling from what you have just done. And that's your whole turn because that was a lot of stuff. Tyron.
I will finish off this frog. I will swing my club at it.
Okay. Swingy swing.
My idea was to make the frog eat the dog, but third killed the dog.
Yeah, third sort of torpedoed the dog there.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a 15.
That will hit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get to eat anything with this frog. That is so terrible. You're technically grappled. There's special rules to get out. You take acid damage every round. It's great.
Oh, oops.
Just eat her.
Okay, so that hits for 3 damage.
That will not kill it.
I have -1 to strength. What do you?
I'm just amused because it now has 1 health. All right, so
Oh no.
the wonderful woman there. He maybe still can. Oh, it's the frog's turn next. Let's see. So she used that spell already, and she used that spell anyway. So the next thing she's gonna do is she's gonna cast Summon Nature's Ally. And I need to check something really quick. Just really quick. Just give me a
Hey,
second.
Shadow Machine, quick tip, get my horse back for me.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, it is just 1. That's what I thought. I wanted to verify. A dog appears from the nether.
Dogs.
Hey, dog.
She really likes dogs.
Same one.
And she says, I dub thee Lord Longtongue. And so Lord Longtongue actually can't do anything yet. But she then guides the horse to charge forwards. Charge. She's still on the horse. What the heck is this song? Oh, this is Final Fantasy VII R1. I didn't even know I had that music in here. So the horse is going to attack whoever that is, which it looks like that is Mevis the Magnificent. What's your AC?
It
Never
is
mind.
17.
I just cannot roll today. That's with a freaking trampling charge, and that's still only going to be an 11.
The Magnificent.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's its turn, that's her turn. The dog can't go yet, which means it is over to Shadow Machine.
Get my horse back.
You've got all the options in the world.
Can animal friendship take over to what she's done to the
No.
horse?
Which was animal friendship.
Yeah.
No,
So
she-
yeah,
no, she has Charm Animal. She has a spell.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
She's a druid.
It's just, she must die then.
All right. Well, then I'm going to throw my dragon's brew at her.
Oh, is that the one you looted?
That's
Or,
the one that
From the...
I got from the thing.
Yeah, okay, I gotta scroll up, because that's back up here. Where is that? There it is. Oh, wait, you're throwing it at her?
Yes. Why is that? What?
You're supposed to drink it, but I'm debating what would happen if you throw it.
Oh.
Let me look it up exactly what it does. Just give me a second. I'm kind of curious here. Okay,
I
so...
almost want to give it to the frog, make the frog drink it, and then point it in her direction. If I'm thinking correctly, what's gonna happen?
Okay, sure. We'll let that happen. So you throw it. So we're gonna...
I don't know what it does.
No, it's valid. It's valid. So it's gonna go splashing over here. I'm gonna give the frog a chance to drink it as it's flying over, to grab it with its tongue. And I've even got to check for that. Oh, it's gonna fail. It failed.
Oh,
So the tongue lashes out to grab it, fails to grab it. So where are you throwing it at?
Or throwing it at her.
Okay. So a gout of flame erupts at her feet, dealing 4d6 damage.
Jesus.
Oh my god! But she's on my horse!
Yep.
Yeah, the horse is hers now.
Well, now you can eat a horse.
I don't want a horse!
So how much health does the horse have? Oh wow, the horse actually lives through this.
What?
Jesus.
The horse is a little cooked, but not dead. I know she has more health than that. Where's her health? There it is. So she's a little singed. She doesn't look super happy about that. What else would you like to do? She
Nimble escape. I'd like to hide.
pick a spot. There's just debris everywhere. So
Yeah, I
At
just
this
you know
point, yeah.
behind like I don't know like a broken barrel, if like maybe like right here.
okay. So now we go down to third.
Yay!
The Magnificent, who's facing the wrong way. There we go.
I'm magnificently retreating. That's why.
Now do it properly.
All right, I'm gonna whip this frog.
This poor frog, and it's 1 health. I would have laughed if he successfully ate that fire. Or the potion, because then he would have gotten the attack, basically. Of 46.
Misty Vine, go. That is a 20 to hit.
That unnatural, I assume?
Unnatural, yes.
So, whatever you roll, you kill it.
Yes!
Now, Bragwin, you're on top of this thing. So the frog, which is quite large, remember, this is a 10 by 10
Now,
creature.
As the frog dies, is it technically now Bragwin's turn?
No. I mean,
No.
yes, it is Bragwin's
Yeah.
turn, but the frog goes tumbling over the edge,
I wanna
taking you
jump.
with it.
I want to jump.
Well, give me the roll. That's gonna be strength.
Okay.
So-
Do.
Give me jump things.
That is a 15.
That will be enough. Where do you want to land? You've got like a
I
little
want
bit of
to
space.
land
Here.
on her head.
That's a little bit too much.
Oh, oh well, I'll just land on the thing anyway.
Frog goes tumbling over the edge and crashes with a thunderous, and organs fly everywhere. It's very gross.
Yay!
Bragwin, it's your turn.
I am going to take dog slicer, kill the frog. No, I'm gonna take dog slicer, and I am going to.
I'm sorry. I was just reading the tactics. If she dies, but the frog doesn't, which is quite possible, the frog will run out into the marsh and die of a broken heart.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
That's
What
probably
was
gonna,
the-
that,
the
that's probably
frog
gonna be the
wasn't
fate
one-
that
the-
befalls my horse now.
Yeah, the charm spell.
I was gonna say, you know,
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take dog slicer and I'm just going to chop suey the damn horse. I'm going legs, just
swing. Give me the swing.
wing.
That's a +5.
That is an 18.
That will super hit. Horse does not have AC.
All right, damage
It's +5 again.
10.
The horse is super dead.
And the horse falls on her again.
Well, no, she's on it, so the horse tumbles over. She needs to do a save, like Bragwood just did. Which she succeeds at, sorry. She hops off, I guess, what's her?
That horse did not do you much good now, did it, miss?
So she hops off to the side. Oh, no, you know what? No, she hops over... I'm trying to think how to visually show this. She hops up, and she is now up on the, whatever it's called, the thing that is up in the air on a ship. Because she still has spider climb on.
No.
So she's up there. Hi, Fuzzy Duck. Thank you for the sub, as always. I'll put it towards Dealer's Choice, which is being done with WoW. Is it the mast? I don't know. I don't remember my nautical terms right now because I'm tired. Moving on.
Yeah.
So that is Bragwin's turn. Tyron, it is your turn. She's up. That's the important part. She's like up here.
Okay, no more horseshoe. So
Up. Up, 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 up. Surely there's a way to just do that, right? It's not.
Wait, wasn't there that ladder bed like patch you had on there?
Ladder ain't gonna help you here.
Oh, whatever. I'm gonna pull it out. Ladder.
Ladder, I choose you.
Ladder, I choose you.
Let her have it.
Oh my god, you take 3 pun damage. There we go, perfect. No one messes with it. Okay, so she's up here. Okay. So you throw the ladder at her. You throw the ladder
Oh,
at her.
not the ladder at her.
We'd be so
You-
Here.
Okay, so You plop out the ladder. I was gonna say, if you're gonna throw the ladder, it's a little heavier than the horseshoe was.
Yeah.
Then you're a goblin. So okay, so you prop the ladder up. It's there. That's your action.
I mean, I have no intention of moving up there.
You can. She's right there.
No, I've already burned my. Well,
oh, gosh. I need to look that up. How much damage is that? Ooh.
if that's my action, then I'm just gonna. Where am I? I guess I kind of sort of set up the ladder, so technically I'm like right here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've also already moved, so that's my turn, I guess.
She looks rather pissed at Shadow Machine specifically.
I'm hiding.
She's up there. I guess I should roll to see you. Give me a stealth check.
Alright.
I actually didn't roll that great.
What would that be with?
Dex.
Oh,
just straight Dex.
That's 16.
Okay, so she actually doesn't spot you. So she's going to decide randomly who else to hit. That's going to be Bragwin. She really just right.
It's actually not me for once.
So she whips out a Desnan candle. By the way, this is a good time to remind you that you have these things too. Remember the items you were given?
Yep.
She points it at Bragwin. So Bragwin, I now need to... What's your AC?
14.
Okay, so she does successfully hit you.
Damn.
So every round for the next 4 rounds, you're going to be hit in the face with a firework.
That's what those do.
And it's just going to go... and just smack you in the face. So you take 1 damage this round.
All right.
Looking at
I'm
everyone's
just
health
gonna
there.
call over to Shadow Machine or whoever. Don't you have one of those?
I think Tyrant actually has them because he's the artificer.
Tyrant has them.
'Cause he's a
I
smart one.
suppose
He threw a ladder. He threw a ladder.
I supposedly know what they are, but I don't know what they are.
It's fine. They're just you just point them at things and things happen.
I'm-
Desnan candles are the little ones. Paper candles are the medium ones. Skyrocket is the big one.
Skyrocket. Do a skyrocket.
This is about
I haven't
when
burned the skyrocket yet, though.
it's this is the boss.
If it's the boss, sure, fine, whatever. It just has to come around to my next round. Though.
Suddenly, Tyrant, you realize it's your turn again. No, it's Shadow Machine's turn. Unless everyone wants to wait to allow Tyrant to go.
Or if anybody wants to take them off me, I'm standing right there.
That's true.
So she summoned that dog, so I'm guessing I can't animal friendship.
Oh shoot! I forgot to do the dog's turn. Hang on, the dog goes first. Dog goes first. The dog rushes up and attacks Shadow Machine. No, here we'll roll randomly for who the dog attacks. I'm gonna laugh if it's Bragwin again. It's Bragwin again. So the dog rushes up. It's like nom nom nom.
Hey, up until now it's been me, so
At least get an oppie or something.
Nope, but
No.
it's not gonna hit you. That's like a plus. I rolled a 6, which I think is that's a 9 to hit. That's not gonna hit. So the dog rushes up and then nothing else. Okay, so Shadow Machine, it's actually your turn.
So would I be able to animal friendship this, or is it like under her spell like the horse was?
No, this is a summoned dog, so you could animal friendship it. It will go away in a few turns, but that doesn't matter. You could still animal friendship it.
Alright, I'm going to animal friendship the dog. What's his intelligence?
-3.
3? Alright, perfect, it works. Beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Or so what's my spell DC?
No, the horse.
DC is 12. Spell save DC 12 plus 4 to hit with spell attacks. I mean, it's a first level spell.
It's going to be DC 12.
Yeah,
Like
it's
DC
just
12. Alright, so cast animal friendship on the dog. So the dog needs to roll.
Yeah, sorry. Just looking up some of her items. She has a lot of inventory. The dog does save, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Wait.
So
Yes, it does. Barely.
alright, so I'm going to nimble escape again and hide again.
Okay. Why? You're only at 1 HP. Third, it's your turn.
Third.
Chase the hound, catch the pup, whip the head to shut it up, and with the dog. There's just so many dogs, I don't understand.
You can summon another one too.
I don't know that. 17
17. Yep. No, that'll hit.
for 7 whippy damage.
Nice. The dog is dead.
My dog. Again.
That's 10!
Anything else?
I've defeated your dogs. That's it for me. I
Bragwin?
scream at her.
Why do you keep screaming at everyone?
I have this silver mirror, and I'm thinking,
What horrible thing are you thinking?
to show her own face. I don't know. I have it in my
This is you.
It is very ugly.
like.
You are
Like an orc, but that's insult to orc.
Aw, those poor orcs. What do you got, Bragwin?
I don't know. Why do I have a small silver mirror, a jar of human perfume, half drunk?
Yeah, because you drink it.
I drink the perfume.
You're into human stuff. Why do you think you're wearing a bridal gown?
That's true. Pocket full of caterpillars. I wanted to use those caterpillars to throw on her so the frog would attack.
That's not gonna do much, admittedly, here.
Yeah, not here. So, yeah.
And the frog was actually her animal companion, so you were never gonna convince him to turn against her.
And you know what's coming when my turn, so you don't want to go up there and join her.
No, you should totally go up there and join her
No.
right now. Just rush up and be
No.
like, hi, and give her a big hug.
I'm just going to shine the mirror in her direction, at her, so
Okay.
she can, I don't know.
She admires her teeth.
I take the mirror and I throw it.
Oh, roll attack. Roll ranged attack.
I just.
That's at a -4 for being a non-proficient. Oh, you're a fighter, aren't you? Never mind. I take that
Yeah.
back. I take it back. So just a ranged attack, which is +3.
That is a 12.
That actually will not hit.
Oh god. Jesus Christ.
So the mirror just goes flying over, and she's like, Tyrant, it's your turn.
Okay.
That was
I
a
use
red
Big
herring.
Boom.
All right, used a big bada boom. All right, so where's this thing?
What, you Lulu Dallas now?
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Big bada boom.
Why is this stuff all over the
Okay,
place?
pass.
No. Okay, so when lit, this foot-long wooden tube begins to shake and emit a handful of sparks, shedding light as a torch. Believe it or not, that's actually all that happens this round.
This round.
Oh.
Hmm.
To be continued. That is a full action, so you actually can't do anything else because you're like holding it, right? Like you're aiming it. You've seen The Incredibles, right? Where he's like, hold it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, that's kind of what's going on because this thing is almost as large as you are overall. Now it's her turn. Now, fortunately for you, she's not going to move because I already decided what her action was. She's going to chug a potion and do nothing. Oh, I rolled well. So she does nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nothing's going on here. All right, and she stays up there, of course. Shadow Machine.
I throw my other alchemist fire that I have at her.
Okay, ranged. Oh no, that's a save, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, she super makes that. She does that cool thing in Yakuza, you know, when the combat starts and just casually dodges.
Yeah, it flies past her, flies over into like the puddle that's back behind the ship.
Yeah, it
and
just
like,
goes.
Like,
like some steam comes up. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. And it smells really bad.
Set fire to the ship. That's not good.
No, it's
it just
cool.
lands
It's
in the
cool.
water, goes,
And then I nimble skip again.
And then you. I'm sensing a trend here. Third.
Ooh. No more dogs. I don't know what to do.
I know, right? You should climb up there. You should climb up there.
It's not a bad idea.
Do it. Get right in front of her.
No, I have things I can throw.
Ah. Okay. What else do you have in your
Something
robe?
like right next.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Let's see what do I have though? Let's see.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I do have a vial of acid. I'm gonna throw a vial of acid.
Do you
in.
really?
I do.
Where are you? All right, yeah, there you are.
So,
Where's your items? Where are your items? Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. You've got a flask of oil, too.
You also have 3 javelins.
I do, but acid's much cooler. So let's see. Range attack treated as an improvised weapon. Okay.
You also have stale fish.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's last resort throwing.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
toss it. Oh, again a DC, isn't it?
Roll the 7.
A 7 is not going to hit her, and I would succeed on a DC anyways. She's just up there. She's making funny this whole time. I don't have any goblin songs handy, but she's totally throwing
I've
taunts.
heard more witty banter from zombies.
Brigwin?
So I've got my short bow. I might as well do something useful.
Okay.
So I am going to shoot at her and roll a 5. I doubt that hits.
No, believe it or not, it does. Sorry, I was waiting for like the rest there, because
Yeah, no.
believe it or
fine.
not, that does not hit.
Yeah.
This is
No,
funny.
guys,
She's
it's
just staying up there like, I got this. You
I'm just gonna be like,
ever play Spyro?
Because technically, in character, she's probably getting really, really cocky.
Oh yeah, no. She's like, have you ever played Spyro 1 and there's the enemies? That's her right now. She's just up there
Oh.
taunting you this whole time.
No,
But
that's
see,
fine.
the thing is, eventually they get got.
So speaking of which, so Tyron, now it has now been a round. Let me
That's
go
negative
back.
2 to my roll, so that's actually a 3.
Congrats.
Let this go.
The rocket shoots out with a speed of 90. It's supposed to go for a certain distance, but it's going right into her face. That's hang on. Does anyone else get hit by that? No. You're just out of the range of the AoE of this thing. It's going to explode right in her face. Now she does get a reflex check to reduce the damage. Where's her stats? She does not have great reflex. She super fails. So this thing explodes right in her face. She is now both blind and deaf, regardless of the damage this does.
Ooh, wow.
And I'll let you roll the damage. It's 2d6.
2d6. Okay.
Right in the face.
Ooh, that's 11.
Oh, God. So she's not dead, but she does not look like she's doing great. And again, she is both blind and deaf at the moment. She's howling. You know, she's just a little bit too loud because she can't quite hear it. She's doing that thing right now. Except she's cursing. Except it's goblin curses, so it's all just like about mud, bog, and
Yeah.
puke venom. You know, stuff like that. It's her turn.
Please have her fall off.
She is blind and deaf. Wow.
I'm looking at her spell list here. Give me a second. Nah, she's already cast that. She's already cast that.
So did it nullify movement for this whole turn?
Yeah, because you know.
Now,
And that's a good point, Darch Monster. Sorry, what?
Spent everything trying to just hold it in place.
I mean, it's supposed to be a nuke, and it totally nailed her, and she failed every save on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and make her roll to not tumble off in her blind and deaf flailing. She rolls a 4. So she's gonna fall down. I'll let you roll. It's gonna be a D10 for damage.
That's a 10.
She is dead. She lands with a very satisfying crunch head first.
and snaps her neck.
Snaps her neck. She is turbo dead.
Hooray!
Hey, look, I did a thing.
15 dogs show up.
And then, whoa,
No.
hey, no, just chop off her head, stick it in a bag, and let's go.
Well, we're here.
She's not what we're here
And
for.
then
We're here for the fireworks.
Right.
This
Fireworks.
was just a bonus.
Yeah, no, just get her head, put it in a bag along with the horse hoof, and the other. Well, the other. It's
Isn't
still
the
in
horse
bag.
hoof spent?
Are you going
No,
to?
no, no. I mean, no.
Oh yeah, the horse
one
hoof is
that I
super
cut
spent.
off the horse.
Oh, your hoof, your trophy. Would you like to loot the boat?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone write this down in case you do decide to continue the Goblin Adventures, because this is a lot of loot. Someone tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay, so... Oh my gosh. There are many man-like objects that were once belonging to the Kaijitsu's star. They were left behind when the crew abandoned ship. They're certainly worth something. The majorities are filthy and broken, but after only 10 minutes of sorting and scavenging, you find strangely decorative statues. It's weird. Depicting colorful serpentine dragons, towering cliffs, delicate humanoid figures, and a strange pagoda. Not that a goblin would know a pagoda from a tool shed. Even the filthy and broken clutter here is worth at least 600 gold. They can also be burnt, just for fun. So 600 gold of jewelry and art.
Nice.
Which is flammable. There's also 140 gold straight. A silver and jade lantern that looks like a coiled dragon, which is worth 150 gold. A dozen masterwork shurikens. An ivory and golden fan, which is really cool looking and is worth 80 gold. It also has a map scribbled on it, which will be relevant in the next adventure if you hold on to it. There's a long hairpin, which is worth 150 gold. There's a wand of create food and water with 2 charges. Am I going too fast?
I missed a couple things.
I just realized I'm kind of pacing myself here. She was a cannibal ninja, Dark Monster. Very important.
Oh, yeah, how many shurikens did she have?
Dozen. 12.
A dozen.
What does that do? Hang on a second.
Oh, you know it's
One
good when
had
Julian doesn't know
food
what
summoning
it
on
is.
it.
Yeah, create food and water with 2 charges. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, okay. That's exactly what I thought it was. She also... Oh, sorry, I'll wait. Still waiting. She has... There's an elixir of love in a vial shaped like a heart. The vial by itself is worth 50 gold. And finally, this is the big one, there's a giant red and gold chest, which is going to be a little heavy. The chest is actually worth 150 gold by itself. And contains, you don't have to write this down, 14 Desnan candles, 20 paper candles, and 7 skyrockets.
Fun stuff.
Hey, the fireworks.
Now, you face a terrifying choice. Do you take this for your own? Or do you go back to the tribe? Triumphant.
No. Oh, go back to tribe, get food. Be hero.
It's up to you.
Overthrow goblin leader and become new leaders.
Gutwad he's I don't know, he's kind of terrifying. Only someone as strong as you can even withstand his voice, remember?
Yes, but we have lots of fire now, and we could blow him up.
That's true.
And potentially the whole village.
No, just above his house.
There it is.
I don't know.
How you think he became leader?
He not lead us astray.
Well, true.
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
Still
but
get food.
but he
Oh my
probably
God.
became leader by doing what I think we should do to him.
He's leader because he's loud. Why do you think I scream so much?
Okay, well you can be
Loud
leader
is
after we
power.
kill him.
Oh, okay.
Getting right in my face.
Either way, we're going back. So let us go back.
Okay, so you go back. Now that you were candle thieves.
Yeah, the kobolds aren't gonna like us.
Nope. You've lost Kobold rep today.
Oh, no.
This This is perfect. This is the song I was looking for earlier. Let's switch down here. All right, so you managed to make it back. The chief brings you in, and his mighty girthiness, Mr. Rendwaddle Gutwad, is just—he's absolutely overwhelmed, and he's promises to marry his daughter off to you, the corpulent and lusty. That's in the thing. I'm not making that up. Guppy Wartbits. You were promised positions within the tribe, such as the head village watcher, the overseer of the village stabbings, the master of the pig pit, and, of course, the final one, and this is, of course, for you, Tyron, boss of Big Fire.
Master of stabbings.
Me
I want
likey.
that. Yes.
But this is all dependent, yes it was, Esheros, on you not killing him. So what are you actually doing here?
Master of stabbings?
I'm okay with.
It's
I
up,
like Boss Big
It's
Fire.
up to you. I'm cool with whatever.
I do like pigs. I'll be master of the pig pen. I'm good with animals. Because I'm a dragon.
She is corpulent and lusty, Darch Monster. I mean, what more would you want in a goblin?
Which
What's it gonna be?
You
Drum roll.
third marry into family? Become
What?
leader after fat one die?
What third's character is a female.
Oh. Well,
So it's honestly up to me or Tyron, and
I already got a mate, so
and I stab people, so.
I mean, it's whatever.
hmm.
you're the one who wanted to take over.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make you commit before I say anything else.
So
Well, seeing as how I'm the only male goblin who isn't
take
with someone, I guess I'll agree and become master of the pig pen and marry his daughter.
Okay. Is that commit? Are we committed?
Sure.
I
All right.
guess
So
Yeah.
this is the funny thing. He has 1 HP. Now hear me out. So his stats are hysterical. He's terrible in combat, and he would be crushed by a bug, except for the fact that he has really good charisma, wisdom, and
Yeah.
int.
Yeah.
So if you decided to fight him, I wasn't even gonna make you roll. It was just you kill him. You take over. But instead, so you are now made. All the titles I already told you, and I think that's actually everything. You pull out the fireworks and you recover them. You take the map, of course. He takes the map. He's going to try and decipher that, which will lead to the next great adventure. And that is the end of the
Who needs stabbing?
Yeah, this guy sort of
Maybe
reminds
Bruce
me
might do
of Gallywix. Like, he shouldn't be in charge by all accounts. He's just
Yeah.
good at manipulating people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate Gallywix.
I hate Gallywix. I'm so glad he's no longer the Goblin Leader. I actually made a commentary of that during the Cat Up videos, just because it pissed me off so much. I was like, I'm just gonna make a 1-sentence aside about how stupid this is before we move on.
Yeah.
as an aside, this guy is stupid.
This guy's an idiot. Moving on.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
But that was the Goblin We Be Goblins module.
Eh.
I do hope you all have enjoyed. Unlike Tyron last week, who hated this so much that he just bowed out. He just quit without even saying goodbye. That's how much he hated it. My God. Now it looks like. Hang on. Well, hang on. So let's go ahead and jump off the local recording in the stream. We will be back next week, as we're still waiting on Guido. I mean, we're waiting on it. It sounds harsh. He is still dealing with moving and real life stuff. So, but more Goblin adventures to be continued.